Ladies and gentlemen, we are now gathered to induct the newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame have a journey that exemplifies what dreams are made of. Growing up in a small town in Ohio, they were Shawn Michaels and they were Bret Hart, and they later on were the Hardy Boys. What started out as wrestling in the back of their schoolyard turned out to wrestling on the ground, and then more than 15 years later, they started a company called Dark Cryptic Wrestling with wood and rope, which led them from wrestling in the backyard to the front row in 400-seat venues, and also leading them to start something this summer called Summer Bash, which will be Ozfest meets WrestleCast. Start something this summer. You want to lower the radio there because we're actually doing that. But drawing inspiration from PlayStation 2 and their heroes of yesterday, they set out to achieve their American dream in starting their own company. But a few short months later, they encountered a foundation, you might say, a popular heel monster, and a hardcore god, which eventually throughout 2023 and their wars led them to be a Midwest Four, and later on into a foundation that grew big in stature. Throughout 2023, their wars were all talked about throughout Sportswire Radio as they redefined what backyard wrestling is, and they've even challenged the limits of what hardcore wrestling has to offer, as they've made a name for themselves, bigger even than the state and the respective states that the foundation has called home. As I stated earlier, this summer, from July 5th to July 7th, they attempt to further change what backyard wrestling is in an event called Summer Bash, which will have no doubt forever change the way we think of backyard wrestling and will further define the hashtag that we've adopted here on Sportswire Radio throughout 2024 as All Wrestling Matters, giving wrestlers of all backgrounds from all states in all walks of life an opportunity to give them chances, a dream that our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame have set for themselves. In inducting our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, I believe that this induction is important because it's for all those who never gave up and to always remember to live by the motto of anything is possible and dreams will come true if they reach for the sky. Our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, for over a decade, never thought they'd be here. But sometimes I always believe in a motto that everything will sort itself out. And there's a motto that I've also lived by throughout my entire life in inducting our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And it was famously once said by President John F. Kennedy and later on President Ronald Wilson Reagan, in that a rising tide will always lift all boats. And I certainly believe that our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame are the rising tide that will lift not only their boats, not only the boats of the backyard wrestling scene in Ohio, but even for their foundation brothers, but throughout all wrestling when they achieve Summer Bash in their hometown, July 5th to July 7th. I could go on and on and on about our newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, who are 32nd and our 33rd members of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But I'd like to give them the opportunity now to join their brothers in the foundation, the 7th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the hardcore god and the boogeyman of the Midwest, Omen Black. It is his show, after all. The 8th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the IMF World Heavyweight Champion, the popular heel monster, Soldier GP, and our final member of our third class, the 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the resident rock star Sean Jovi, the reigning defending WCE Interstate Openweight Champion, who, by the way, I bought his shirt most recently, and I've heard through a grapevine that I'm actually this first person to have officially bought a shirt from his new website. So that shows you, gentlemen, that I certainly do try to support those who are in our Hall of Fame and even our foundation brothers. And I have no doubt that there'll be other foundation brothers of yours that'll be in the Hall of Fame. But as I've stated, it's time now, gentlemen, to give you that introduction that the previous 31 members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame have gotten, including your brothers in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the likes of the natural-born fighter R.P. Davis, the only person ever from the country of Britain to be a boxing world champion, a major wrestling promotion world champion, Dean Allmark, who only defeated some guys you probably heard of, and you dreamed of, by the way, Jushin Thunder Liger, Bryan Danielson, Luke Leyland, the only person ever from the country of Britain to have fought in Dambe at the African Warriors Fighting Championship in Nigeria 3 weeks ago. Some other guys you probably heard of named Josh Allen, Josh Fletcher, the owners of XCW and TBW. We shared a laugh there for a moment. Usually I don't like to do break kayfabe, but we kind of did there for a second. Our most recent member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and the only player to have ever played in the NCAA Final Four from the City University of New York Athletic Conference, Dan Burns. They all got that introduction. People are sick and tired of hearing me. It's your show tonight. It's time to give you that introduction that you've deserved because you're Hall of Famers. So congratulations, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you are 32nd and 33rd members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame from Dark Cryptic Wrestling, which has nearly 700 subscribers. They have now gone from the backyard to the front row and now to the Hall of Fame. Just like how in baseball they have the Cooperstown Hall of Fame, the football has the Hall of Fame in Canton. Wrestlers of all backgrounds have the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, it's time for you to take your place in history. So with that, extra one for you. Wait for it. Further ado here on the Sports Report. Number one. Sports Show, the 32nd and the 33rd members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, our second and third members of our fourth class from Dark Cryptic Wrestling and the Foundation. Their names are Kron and Matt. For Forsaken. We are all forsaken. Gentlemen, congratulations. You're officially
Hey, great job, Tom.
Thank you. We're glad to be inducted.
Thank you, Tom, for that great speech.
Thank you, but I wish in the first minute, though, I saw like my voice going. I'm like, gentlemen, you got to turn the radio down. That's all. That's the only thing I would have wished you would have just did there for a second. But we had fun with this one. Otherwise, it was certainly, I think, an emotional one. I don't know if it was an emotional as Sean Jovi's or even Danny Burns yesterday, but we actually were almost there. I think we just came in under 9 minutes. Sean Jovi's was about just over 10. Danny Burns might have been about 30 seconds ahead of you guys, but we were almost there. I think Nicholas Crenson, credit to Nicholas Crenson, although he's certainly not foundation, he was like, can you go 10 minutes? And I'm like, all right, well, now we're trying to go to, well, we almost did yours 10. So I think at this point now, I used to do when Omen and Soldier came on, it was like, okay, they're Hall of Famers. Let's just get it over with. Now at this point, I think what's going to wind up happening before I get to say hello to you guys finally and ask you the question I get everybody, so plus present you guys something. I think in like a month from now, it's going to wind up being like a 25-minute speech. You just watch. I guarantee you somebody's going to say, can you do like 25 minutes? Can you do 30 minutes? We have James Taylor Sunday after the Super Bowl. You just watch. The nemesis James Taylor is going to be like, can we do 30 minutes? Can we do 45 minutes on him? But you know what? Forget about all. I know a lot of people want to talk to you, but I want to ask you guys, obviously, the question I ask everybody that's been inducted this, and certainly, again, it's quite, I think, a list of people that we have, not just in the world of wrestling, but in all backgrounds, all world. We have a guy that covers things for the New York Mets. We have, of course, Danny Burns, played in the Final Four. We also have different people from our Sportswire radio station who've been podcasters and presenters. But I have to ask you guys, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters, your brothers in the foundation, for those that are fans of yours in DKW, what does it mean now to you to officially be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame?
Honestly, it's wild. It's something I didn't think would ever really happen from like where we started. Like, really, it was like beginning of this year, or actually last year, 2023, like March, was really when we like started working with other companies, working with IMF, really. And then by the end of the year in December, we were at a live show.
Doing a live show.
I said you went from the backyard to the front row. Literally, from the backyard to the front row.
In 9 months.
No doubt, in a few months later, you're going to do with Summer Bash. You're going to certainly redefine what backyard wrestling has to offer. It's going to be Ozfest meets WrestleCast.
We have some big plans for Summer Bash, and hopefully everything works.
Well, I'm going to try my best to promote it as much as I can. I mean, I certainly try. At this point, I try everything I can.
Yeah.
But, being in the Hall of Fame, and I think that in a lot of ways, you guys, and I'll get to comments. I know people want to talk to you. Just hang on tight for a second. I really feel in a lot of ways that everybody's story being into a Hall of Fame is different. There are some people like Dean Allmark and R.P. Davis. They should be in like 50 Hall of Fames. They're known people, and, have the right, people can go on cagematch.com and they're known in their countries. But then there are people, I feel like you guys, that in a lot of ways exemplify what middle America, small towns, and having a dream. 28 years ago, 29 years ago, you guys on one side were enacting WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. A few years later, you guys were reenacting two brothers that were a few states over from you in the Hardy Boys. And then there was a period of time that, I didn't know if I was going to be back in this sport. It was a dream. I had fun. And, life certainly gets in the way. And that was that. But yet, as fate would put it, less than a year later, about from when you guys decided to return, you guys wound up forming Dark Cryptic Wrestling and getting in touch with the foundations at the time, Omen Black and Soldier GP. And while you guys have been small in numbers in DKW, you've become big in stature. And I think that this is why, to me, this story is as important or more important than other people, and no disrespect to your foundation brothers that are in the Hall of Fame. But I think that your story is the most important that anyone's can have, is because you guys gave up. And there's an old adage in life that to never give up, always reach for the sky, and your dreams can come true. Just like I stated in my speech, I have always lived by throughout my 5 years on Sportswire Radio. And it was the line, in my opinion, the two greatest presidents that ever were in the modern history, John F. Kennedy and Ronald Reagan. This is not a political show here. Let me point that out. But they said, a rising tide lifts all boats. And I always believed that what you guys, your story is going to do for a lot of people out there, whether it's tonight, whether it's next week, whether it's next year or 10 years from now, seeing you guys in the Hall of Fame, I think it's going to give people that opportunity to never give up and say one day, you know what? I can be here. I can be in a Hall of Fame. And that's just what I wanted to say before I give it back to you guys.
I never thought I'd even be in a Hall of Fame at all in general. Not once in my life. So this is crazy.
Well, you know what? I've been doing this for over 5 years, and really it was the people that they wanted me to do a Hall of Fame. It was people that were telling me that, we've done a lot on Sportswire, and how can I recognize people? And I've been the guy throughout my career that I've recognized all athletics, all forms of wrestling, all sports, all types of people, and that's what I'm here to do. But I'm going to come back to you guys, but I have a lot of people that want to say hello to you. I have no doubt you'll be seeing him. It's his show in a little while. DKW. You know, I could have probably did the DKW, but you know, I basically told your life story in like 8 minutes. So I mean, cut me some slack on that. DKW, yes, DKW for sure. And if you'd like to follow these guys,
those guys are the biggest part of our story. They're
absolutely,
the ones
that's what I mentioned.
They helped us get where we are.
Well, I met them, and I always believe, like I said, fate and everything else, as I said, will sort itself out, and that's why you're here tonight. A lot of people that would have said these guys, you know, give up on them, but you started that dream again with wood and rope. Yeah. Wood and rope led you to the front row, and that's why you are here in the history book. So let me put that out there. Thank you, Dirty Donnie. Yes, the woo. Speaking of people that you know very well, the nemesis James Taylor. He has been a hot topic on Instagram.
How you doing there, James Taylor?
Yes, he's going to have his. I think he's going to have the biggest pressure of anybody because he's going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame right after the Super Bowl. And if you've been following on social media, he's been the talk right now because he's a free agent, and there's a company in the state of Alabama that some people would like to see him come home and kind of build up that company, kind of like how you guys with the Midwest Four have built this foundation. There's some people out there that would like to see the nemesis James Taylor help build this company called the Alliance Wrestling League. He'll deal with that Sunday night, but in the meantime, it's your night. But certainly, how you doing, the nemesis James Taylor? One of your brothers in the foundation, the resident rock star Sean Jovi, is here. Welcome to the Hall of Famer Club, brothers. We love the resident rock star. Happy birthday to him, and I was very honored, I heard through the grapevine, to have been the first person on his new website to have bought merchandise. That shows you, by the way, I go and put my money where my mouth is. I tell people all the time that. Hello, how you doing, Ethan Sorensen? You seem to always be on my Sportswire shows. Thank you very much for tuning in.
See him all the time on here.
If you're on YouTube, you better sub Dark Cryptic Wrestling. These guys have almost 700 subscribers. They're at $6.79 tonight. So if you're out there on Sportswire for the first time, if you're Jules NYC, Ethan Sorensen, you're anybody else out there that you're on Sportswire hearing these guys for the first time, I want you to make sure you go to Dark Cryptic Wrestling, hit that sub button, and start liking their videos, watching their content, because like I said, these guys are the true definition of an American dream, a small town success story from a town in Ohio that any dream can happen. Dreams can happen if you never give up. These guys didn't give up, so go out there, sub their pages, share it, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and make sure that you support more people like them. Okay, enough about that for now because I got like 80 comments to get through. Welcome, brothers, to the promised land of the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. Congratulations, brothers. Okay, appreciate it. Congratulations, Dark Kron and Matthew Forsaken. You absolutely deserve it. Yes, they do. And I think, again, sometimes it's not about wins and losses. It's not about the amount of championships. Yes, Matthew Forsaken is definitely trying his best version of Jimmy Controversy and Mikey Anarchy. Yes, you're trying that, but it's not about that. They're in the Hall of Fame in a lot of ways because, to me, the Hall of Fame doesn't exemplify how many years. It doesn't exemplify how many championships. It's just how you've conducted yourself and how you want to get to achieve your goals. That's why these guys are here. 4 up, 4 down. Yes, I know there's 4 more people out there. We'll get there. There's a lot of people I got to get to, so give me a chance. I am way behind on comments. Yep, you know it. I want to say hello to one of my buddies, the big man of the DBW, which we can't wait to come back to, Mr. Big Tex. Big Tex, how you doing out there? I hope you're doing well, and I look forward to seeing you back on here soon. The nemesis James Taylor versus Dark Kron. Well, you guys, I know, have some history challenging each other, and
Summer Bash, man.
A friendly match.
You know what? I mean, I would hope, you know what? If they don't get it right in Alabama, I would love to see it in Ohio. I would really hope that, they would get it right in Alabama, but I would love to see it in Ohio if the powers that be can make that happen. Maybe you guys might know a power or two that could do that, but, I would certainly hope that James Taylor returns to the ring, and I can't wait to have him on, because I am so excited for James Taylor. I'm more excited for you guys right now, but I can't wait for what James Taylor has to say Sunday after the Super Bowl. I'm not even worried about what Taylor's wearing to the game on Sunday, or if she's showing up. I'm not even worried about how many touchdowns Mahomes is going to throw, if Christian McCaffrey is going to rush for 100 yards, catch 100 yards. I'm more worried about what the nemesis James Taylor has to say when he's inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and who he's going to talk about. But enough about that. Right. There's Jules NYC. Congratulations, Dark Kron and Matthew Forsaken.
Thank you, Jules.
Jules, yes, Jules is here, and certainly I'm sure she's looking at some big jewels right now because you got the jewels right in the background with those DKW shirts. I want to say hello to a guy that you might know of, and I hear through a birdie he's got a birthday soon. He's our DKW champion of the world, Joe Stone. Joe Stone, I didn't know you were allowed to be up. I thought it was past your bedtime.
Oh, shit.
Okay, everyone got silent there. Okay, it's time to move on. That was silent, right?
He's online schooling.
Oh, he's online. I was gonna say because I thought, no, I actually thought, you know what? Maybe he was being schooled by other foundation members on actually, what to do in the ring and maybe kind of get over what happened at Winter Clash. Oh, never mind. Gonna get to that.
Winter Clash. Okay. He played out Freddie.
Yeah. I was gonna say, well, congratulations, DK Gents. John Miller, how you doing, John? DKW for life, and absolutely DKW for life. And thank you for tuning in, John. Make sure you sub to the DKW page and sub to us here on YouTube at Sportswire Radio. Okay, well, Ethan, they haven't wrestled in 2024, but let me ask you in a better way. What was your favorite match each of you guys had last year? Because you really haven't done much in the ring this year.
Yeah.
Kind of, if at all.
I haven't done anything in the ring this year yet.
I was gonna say, I was like, who's stealing my notes?
You got one yet?
No, I'm between Forsaken or not Forsaken.
For you, what was your favorite match of last year? And then I'll let Mr. Forsaken ask his favorite match.
Wow. I would say probably Omen in the cage.
Oh, that was in the rain. I mean, that's the match that a lot of people are gonna.
The experience itself, unbelievable. But I mean, the Fatal 4-Way with my Foundation brothers, that to me was the
one. I want to say like early fall, right? Early fall. That early fall.
Yeah. October.
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was that one. That one was one of my favorites. But Omen, me and Omen in the cage in the rain, that experience, the match.
I rewatched that match the other day. Obviously, I watched it, then we spoke about it, and I was still amazed at how you guys pulled off that match.
Water everywhere.
Yeah. It was like
reminded me, I'm trying to think if it was Woodstock 99 or if it was
where they had the mud and they were throwing the mud and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me. I think it was Woodstock 99 where everything, all the debauchery and everybody, well, you guys were certainly a lot more professional, but that's what it reminded me of. That was the first thing I came to my mind was Woodstock 99. It was Limp Bizkit was on the bill, Kron was on the bill, Megadeth was on the bill, Metallica was on the bill, and all those bands, and it turned out into like literally a number two show. And, how did you you had to know with all that going on, just, how did you was there ever thoughts, hey, I can't do this? I mean, I got to ask you that again.
No. It was my first time ever wrestling a match in a cage, and
I know you about that then. Yep.
Yeah, and I won the Rumble to get a title shot at the IMF title, and I got to get my title shot in the cage against Omen, and that alone was awesome. I didn't care it rained. The rain was not stopping me from getting in that cage and having that experience. It's
funny, though, because we talk, obviously, and we're here with the newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. I still have something to present you guys, so hang on tight. But, a lot of companies will say if it rains and it's inclement, I can't go out there and participate. But you guys were like, nope, I'm going out there.
Like Omen said before, and Gary, it doesn't matter. It could be -3 out there. It could be raining. If you want to do it, you're going to do it.
You know what it reminds me of? There's a commercial going on right now on ESPN. It was Mike Greenberg, and they were outside barbecuing, and it was like 48 degrees, and he was out there. Some people would be like, when it's like cold, he's like got the winter jacket on, and the guys were barbecuing like, oh, it's 48 degrees out. You guys, -3 is like 48 for you guys. You go out there, it don't matter. Rain, that's like for you, like it's a picture perfect day. You want to go out there in the rain almost.
But if you watch back in March of 2023 when we met up with IMF for the first time.
That was when Anthony Steele was there. Yep, I remember that very well.
38 degrees out there.
I know. March is still not, it's not June. But, okay, thank you. Great question, Ethan. Matt, I hope no hard feelings about the glass table. It was just business. Yeah, I mean, people are still. I still have the shot with you from Winter Clash where you turned around and that's whoever that camera person was showed that your back, and it was like, wow, you know what? I thought Mikey Anarchy's back was bad. Yours was definitely a picture they could show in the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Fucking laid me open. But yeah, no hard feelings. Hey, just you hold on to that title for now, Omen. I know you and Damien Saint got a little thing going on. But
How's your back? How's your back right now?
Actually, it's pretty much healed up. It's good. It's fine.
How long? Let me ask you a silly question, not to play doctor, but how long do those cuts heal up? How long does it take for those cuts to heal?
I mean, some of them might be healing still because they're like pretty deep, but most
Never
of them are
mind.
good.
I'll move on here. Never mind. I have a
One of your
lot more
hands that
comments
were-
here to get to.
Yeah, man, I got a
He
pretty
got a
gnarly
hole
one
in
on
his
my
hand.
hand. That dark ass spot. I went pretty deep.
Well, think of it this way. Think of it like if you shot a firework, right? As a kid, my father one time shot fireworks, and the firework it was a mishap, and it shot a hole in his leg. So same thing, right? It doesn't make a difference.
Right. Yeah, whatever. Shit happens.
All right, but okay, let me say hello to more people. I got a lot more people that want to say hello to you. How you doing, Soldier? Soldier's our IMF World Champion. Congrats, brother. Yep, we always get it right. Yep, absolutely. You said it at the time at the. I'll bring the rest of yes. For him, yes. When you guys get ready to start the season, I'll bring the rest of the Chaos Conspiracy and DBW. Yes, I will. That's a good point. Thank you, and thank you to those guys for letting me join their group on Facebook. I appreciate that very much. Yes, absolutely. The match in the cage in the summer was a great match. Yes, and I rewatched it again. How did we pull off that match? A floaty and a dream.
Right.
Boom!
I did mention that. Okay, I want to say hello to my guy, Mr. DVG, who just introduced some guy named Matt Riddle to the ring a few days ago. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I looked for 1 second at the title of the video. And I thought it said Matthew Foreskin. I'm so good. It's Matthew Forsaken. We're all Forsaken, DVG. And one day you're gonna announce him to the ring. And one day you're going to do it in one of the promotions you're going to be in, because I promise you, because he's not too far from the state of Maryland. And I have no doubt whether it's going to be in ACW or anywhere else, you're going to be introduced in Matthew Forsaken. We're all going to be Forsaken. As a matter of fact, we're all Forsaken because he is now in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. So, yes, but obviously we love you, DBG, and thank you for that. Tom, it doesn't matter if it's rain or shine. DKW will put on a banger of a show, and that's why you need to follow them on YouTube at Dark Cryptic Wrestling. How's the slip and slide coming along? Ramp Champ 2024.
Hey, we got it's coming.
Oh no, you got to beat Omen. Omen, whoo, that boy flew.
I guess
Summer bash thing. It's a summer bash thing.
Okay, good enough. I'm sure we'll come back to that. You're absolutely hilarious. Yes, he is. Dirty, you're not taking my title from me, buddy. Good enough. Congratulations.
Hey, Damien might though. Damien same
Yeah.
belt.
We're talking about that.
Certainly,
spot,
Nicholas Crenson, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame
yes,
Thursday. Congratulations, Kron and Forsaken. You guys definitely earned this. Definitely
Thank
looking
you.
forward to the day we can battle in the ring. We're going to get to that.
We will.
We're going to
We
get to
will.
that. But, gentlemen, obviously, I know we're talking and we'll get to the current events and people still want to talk to you. But, obviously, I'm sure you've watched many of these at this point. I'm sure, obviously, you've seen what the other Hall of Famers have been presented. And I was wondering, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio and fans of yours, for your Foundation brothers and everybody else out there that makes it all wrestling matter here on Sportswire Radio, would it be all right? Now, obviously, you could certainly decline. You could certainly say, maybe I don't want anything. It's good enough just be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But I'm wondering here if there's a possibility, only if it's okay, only if you would accept that we could present something to you on the air for those that are listening and watching, fans of yours, family, your brothers in the Foundation, everybody else that's out there. Could I present to you too something that would officially recognize that you're in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame?
If you must, right?
Well, I mean, I would. It's your show tonight. I mean, I'm asking if you would like me to.
I would be honored.
Right.
Tom.
I'd accept it.
I would be honored.
You'll accept? Okay. Because when DVG got inducted, he was like, I don't know if I should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, it's my platform. I'm the committee. So, okay. So there's really.
You say so.
That's right.
Well, I am going to say so because, Bernie actually created the certificate. Here is one.
Thank you. All right.
And here is two. Let me see if I can get them both up on the screen. I don't think I can, but let's go number one for Matthew Forsaken. Here, we actually gave you something which officially recognizes you in our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, as you are our 33rd member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. You are our third member of our fourth class. You have my John Hancock. You have today's date.
Oh, yeah.
You have our logo.
Fucking
And
look
for you,
legit.
Darkron, I'm going to show up here on the screen. You got one of these. You're the 32nd member because I think you're old. Well, here's how I defined it. You're older than Matthew, so I kind of went who's older, so I kind of gave you the title first. So you got the 32nd.
Hey, I like 33 better anyway.
Well,
good.
33 is actually a lucky number. People actually, if you're a lotto player out there, that was a big lucky number, 33. And 32 is, 32 is nice. Listen,
Right.
I think they're great. Listen, to me, you're in the Hall of Fame. There's going to be
Right,
a lot of other
right.
people in the Hall of
Made
Fame.
it.
And I wanted to give you this. This is my signature. This is today's date. And I wanted to obviously give you that certificate of appreciation. And really, it's to me about what you guys do in representing all wrestling matters.
Right.
Everybody's
All
story, like I
wrestling
said, is
does matter.
different. And I really wanted to give you this and obviously thank you guys for all that you've done in representing this sport. We had a conversation yesterday on the show, and obviously we appreciate our guests that came on, but they were talking about, well, you should go out there and train, and here's the reasons why. And yes, I agree, but
Yeah.
I believe, but I'll handle it. But I believe that you're going out there to represent what the people want to see. And you're going out there and giving people a nice distraction or a welcome, kind of, in a way, if you put it, a welcome diversion from what's going on in the world. We hear all this stuff about wars. We hear all this stuff, all these depressing things. You don't even want to look. But it's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to your brothers in the foundation. Thanks to everybody else in the IMF and DKW and WCS, even WCE, everybody else that's going to be a part of what you guys are trying to do. That's why you're here. That's why you're in this Hall of Fame. And I just wanted to thank you guys for everything that you are doing for this sport.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Thank you, Tom. You're a big part of this too.
I don't know about that.
Seriously,
Yeah.
no. Everybody tell you, Tom, like you're a big
the
part
voice of the
this.
backyard.
Yeah, the voice of the backyard.
I
All
appreciate
wrestling
that.
matters. You helped us a lot.
Yeah,
I
You
appreciate
put a lot
that.
of eyes on us. And
No, I appreciate that. It's very nice of
We
you.
appreciate you.
Well, I like to appreciate you guys further because a lot more people want to talk to you. Because people they don't want to hear me. They want to hear you guys. Everyone wants a shot. I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna get to some other current events in a second. We'll get in line. I was runner up. Sean Jovi is here. You got that weight, but I'm a goddamn boulder. I don't know what the reference is. Can Sean Jovi tell me? Thank you. I actually, what's funny? I always thought I had a good signature because actually in real life, I actually hold a kind of slight ceremonial position in New York City. I'm basically a glorified notary, and I sign things all the time.
You sign a lot.
I sign things all the time, and people actually ask for my signature. And so if people actually ask me, no, they don't quite want my autograph, but I get paid. I do get paid for my signature from time to time. But actually, yes, I've always thought I had a good signature. Thank you very much.
Tom's autograph.
I'm going to have to induct you in the Hall of Fame in the next month. So thank you for the kind words.
Oh, we're going to get dirty.
I told you I'm going to get him in next month. He likes my signature.
There we go. Dirty.
We're just on that alone. And by the way, he's doing a great job introducing everybody to the ring. He is doing a phenomenal job.
Right. Dirty
Sean
does a lot.
Jovi wants to say he's arguing about the water slide. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
We know.
All right, let me say hello.
Yep.
Let me say hello to somebody that I wish you guys would have shared a locker room with. Unfortunately, you didn't at Winter Clash, but I hope you do one day. He is in the Hall of Fame also. He is one half of the XCW Tag Team Champions nearby you guys in the state of Indiana, beautiful Indiana. And that is, of course, via Kendall's Tavern. He is the first real wrestler. He is one half of those Tag Team Champions, Mr. Justin Parsley, one of my very, very good buddies out there. Congratulations on your inductions, fellas. Good evening, Tom. I really hope, gentlemen, I know your foundation brothers have been there in Shelbyville, and they've certainly had the wars with Justin, but I really hope one day, Ohio meets Indiana, because it's all a part of Three Rivers.
Me too.
Three Rivers,
Close. Indiana's really close to Ohio, right?
Like they are literally like 3 hours from us, and that's one of the closest places that we could go.
Easy thing.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we would love to work with them.
3 hours. I did not. I knew Three Rivers, but I didn't realize it was that close. Wow. Okay.
I think it's like 3.5 hours is what it
Yeah,
is.
we close.
That's a lot easier than traveling 9 to go to Iowa.
9.5 hours, Iowa.
That's right.
You must know the gas stops by now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I got a lot more comments here. Let me try to get to people, and we still got to talk with these guys. So let's still, let's get the comments here. How I'm gonna out launch Omen. Oh, okay. I understand. Okay. Thank you for that. Real ones. He's mad at Justin Parsley. They're feuding. How many times? That's a good question. How many times have you wrestled in the rain and snow? Anything like that? It's a good question.
I don't know. It's
Too many to list, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot. we've wrestled on the sand and the beach.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, wait, actually, that's not too far-fetched because, first of all, if memory serves me correct, Hogan and Macho Man were on Baywatch one time with Ric Flair and Vader. And another time, you got like that, right? And then another time, I think it was in
Clash of the
WCW.
Beach.
Yes, that's it. And it was Sid. I want to say it was Sid and Vader against Davey Boy Smith and Sting, if I'm not mistaken, on the beach. So that's no big deal. Sand and beach, that's easy. That's no big deal. All right, that was an easy one.
It was the Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels That was a long time ago.
Okay, well, I'll have to ask you a fun one then. Bret or Shawn, who's better now still?
You want the better entertainer or better wrestler?
If you were to ask
Bret, so
all right, I'm going to give you my take real quick and we'll get to current events. If you were to ask me this question 10 years ago or even 12, I would have said Bret Hart. But if you ask me today, I would go Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels' body of work far exceeds Bret Hart's. And Shawn Michaels, what he's done outside of his in-ring career, far exceeds Bret Hart's career. I love Bret Hart. I love his body of work.
Yep.
But Shawn Michaels has done something that very few people can do, is stay relevant with the times. So I would go Shawn Michaels.
Very good point. Good point.
And that Triple H is also great too. Don't get it twisted. Really like Triple H too.
I like Triple H, but I always thought Triple H was like, yes, he was there, but I always never felt like Triple H was like the number. Like even
he was the guy I love to hate.
Yeah.
Yes, but he was also like when you had a number one, like your number, like in the Attitude Era was Austin, The Rock, Undertaker to an extent. Triple H was like the next tier. Like even when he was on top, like 02, 03, 04, to me, I was like, but he was there. Listen, but his longevity far better than Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart. His longevity as a main eventer is basically 17, 18 years. Jericho's in a whole nother league.
Yeah,
Jericho's still going. I got a lot more comments. Let me get to him here.
Sting.
Indiana, that's the location of some team that Jovi knows very well. Yeah, I heard about that. Shawn Brett's a crybaby. Yeah, well, I mean, I think Shawn's got a better body of work. Owen was better than Brett. You know, I had this conversation with a wrestler the other day. Well, Owen, was probably a better utility player, if that makes sense. Meaning that he was better at helping wrestlers come up. For example, Edge would be an example. The Rock would be an example.
Yep.
Ken Shamrock. So from that, the Booger Man, Man, Dirty Dummy. Look at this lineup. Well, let's move away from that.
Hey, that's our brothers.
Jimmy Wang Yang. That's a good one. Jimmy Wang Wang. Parsnips. It's been a while since your name's been relevant. Well, he's got gold though. That's not fair. Omen's got gold. Parsley's got gold. You guys will settle it in encounters. All right, so obviously I will bring on some of your brethren in the foundation in a few minutes, but obviously we're here on Sportswire Radio. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice of all wrestling here. And if you're on Sportswire Radio, we have an internet radio station where 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you can listen to all of our great content. You have a podcast out there if you want to play live music, if you want to have your voice heard. We do it here free of charge on behalf of the community. I'm the man that runs it, so I give people a chance. If you have a podcast out there, if you have anything you want to do to get your voice heard to a larger outlet, that's our internet radio station, and we play all types of shows, all types of music, and I'd hope you tune in. And also, we simulcast these shows here in case you don't want to see my long hair, my mutton chops, or anything else you're sick and tired of seeing. You can listen to us here on the radio anytime. Also, we're on YouTube, and we're on YouTube here at Sportswire Radio 6579 Backspace Streams. We have over 500 plus subscribers now, about 360 plus of them in the last 8 months, and about 150 of them in the last 3 months. So thank you so much to everybody out there that is certainly wanting to tune in and staying tuned in. And also, we have a blog at Tumblr at Sportswire Radio. So if you want to hear and write about things or anything else on your mind about what's going on in Sportswire Radio, you can certainly do that. And I'm going to be back here Thursday night for something a little bit different. Before James Taylor comes on Sunday after the big game, we're going to have the Atomic Titan and Joshua Allen. But no, we're not talking TBW. No, we're actually talking basically sports and everything else in their mind. They want to come on and just have a casual conversation. So
it's not an atomic turd. It's just him.
Well, and he had a birthday a few days ago, by the way. So,
Happy
obviously
birthday, Atomic
he had a
Turd.
birthday, but he wants to come on. The guys want to come on. They want to talk. They kind of just want to, shoot the breeze. And obviously, we said, absolutely, why not? Certainly we want to give everybody a chance to talk. They're going to get there. They're going to talk about how much they love Taylor Swift or not love Taylor Swift. They're going to talk about mainstream wrestling. And maybe even, by the way, I'd like to send my condolences to everybody out there who's a fan of the great Toby Keith, who passed away. Obviously, really sad news in the world. Very sad news. Toby Keith. I didn't realize he was 62. I didn't realize he was 62 years old, but certainly my thoughts and prayers. And the guys are going to hang out here. It'll be about, I would say, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So if you're bored, you want to hear what these guys have to say on non-TBW stuff, hang out with us. But right now, we are here with Matthew Forsaken and Dark Kron. I'm going to take this off the screen. We'll come back and put the IMF thing on the screen, maybe bring on the Foundation guys in a few minutes. But, we do have this big show coming up called The King of the Center. Now, Dark Kron, you talked about a couple different things on your reel on the Instagram page of Dark Cryptic Wrestling. And you obviously want some gold. You want more gold. You've had some success. You've had the world title, the hardcore title in DKW. But now you're coming for more gold. That's right. More gold here. This time you're coming for tag team gold. And for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, Dark Kron, what can we expect from you coming up next Saturday, King of the Center?
I got the biggest surprise. I got a partner that I have a lot of history with.
Okay.
We know each other inside and out.
Okay.
I love Donnie. He's my Foundation brother. But that was on a limb. That was way on a whim. I wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that. But neither one of us got pinned.
Yep.
So I'm getting another shot. But this time I'm bringing my partner. I don't need to let nobody know who it is. Not yet.
Okay, but not to speculate. Now, I'm going to make you chuckle. I'm going to actually make you both chuckle. So, safe to say it wouldn't be Craven Rage by any chance.
I've been talking. You've been talking.
I was trying to make you laugh. I mean,
yeah, we've been talking a little bit, but that don't mean anything.
It could be, though.
Now, you say that you have history with this person. Is that correct?
Yeah. So it's not going to be Craven Rage.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Okay, but why go with somebody with history? Wouldn't you want to go with somebody outside the box who knows Remington Stryker and knows how to be able to kind of, let's say, not maybe do things that maybe you've had history with, good or bad? Wouldn't you want to go outside the box and maybe go for the shock and awe?
I can handle Stryker. I'm not worried about Stryker. Stryker's nothing. That's a shit stain on the canvas over there. What I'm worried about is that Jason Myers.
Jason Myers is, we spoke about him with Nicholas Crenton. Jason Myers is a solid wrestler. Solid.
He's young. Cage with him. He's fast, and he's good at what he does. So that's what I worry about. So I'm bringing somebody in that can take care of that.
So you're not concerned about Remington Stryker? Is that what you're telling me here?
If he makes it to the match, I mean, this guy gets injured every other week.
Maybe it's because he's such a big Chiefs fan. He's been fantasizing about Taylor Swift all day. Maybe that's
what? That's probably what it, you know what? He's gonna bail just because the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
I gotta say, although I'm not gonna take a side on that, but Remington, just want to let you know, if you are fantasizing about Taylor, just to let you know, there really isn't much there, if you know what I mean. There isn't much assets to kind of really fantasize about. Just saying.
She don't have no lovely lady humps.
Pretty much. I mean, I was trying to be in a nice way to Mr. Stryker. But so Mr. Stryker, you're not concerned about, though, pretty much. Not too concerned about him.
Nah, not at all.
You don't think you'd be overlooking him, though?
No.
Okay.
His best match was with Craven Rage.
Okay, well, I mean...
Maybe Craven Rage's best match was with Stryker. Best match with Stryker,
I thought it was the match with the Killer Rabbit. Drum roll, please. Dun dun.
Oh no, Craven, you want a real match? I'll give you one, but you have to get through Joe Stone.
Well,
He's a
I'm going to come
DKW
back
world
to Joe
champion.
Stone. I'm going to come back to Joe Stone. I got a ton of comments here. First of all, Jules, certainly you might wish that you're Taylor Swift, but I can promise you that there's no fantasizing about Taylor Swift. That's all for Remington Stryker. He loves all of it. Remington Stryker loves all of it. He's trying to pull his striker out there, but there really is he's kind of striking out there because he's basically let's just say there isn't much there to get up on, but that's here nor there. But I do have some people that are speculating. Now, are you sure though that this isn't, let's say, the big bad Silver Wolf? I mean, because he's saying your partner Silver Wolf. Do you know something that we don't know here? And that it's the Silver. He's coming on here next Saturday after the 17th. He's here on the 24th.
I don't have history with him.
I don't say how you guys been hanging out.
I don't have history.
Have you been on his podcast yet? By the way, I'm wondering. Have you been on the podcast, the big bad Silver Wolf, the Wolf Pack Hour? Have you been on there?
I don't think it was that one, but I went on a podcast with Omen to talk shit to him and somebody else one time. I had no idea who it was.
Adonis was it? Well, Adonis has been on. You would know Adonis, right? Adonis.
I think it was before he was the big bad Silver Wolf.
Yeah, I'm still remembering which name. I have to keep remembering myself.
I think it was just Silver Wolf.
Maybe Tyler Ark, I would think, right? Tyler.
Maybe that's what it was. I think that's what it was. Tyler Ark channel or something.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
It might have been that, but we went on there and was talking shit. That's the only time I think I've talked to him.
Well, maybe Omen thinks that you speak with him regularly. Maybe Omen thinks that you guys talk on the phone. Maybe there's strategy sessions. I don't know.
I forgot. He don't even know yet.
Okay. I want to come back to a couple things here. Stryker is a leech as long as it ain't Lethal J. Taylor is awesome. One Jules, great. Ethan, I'm going to hold off on the DKW questions. I'm going to let you spoiler alert. The DKW roster is 6. I'm just going to let you know who's the most underrated star.
It used to be 7.
Well, it's 6 now. But
That's
so,
right.
Ethan, so my advice on Ethan, for you, Ethan, is on the DKW roster, just on YouTube and you can kind of watch and you can tell me who's the most underrated one. But I want to talk about Joe Stone in a minute. But Matthew Forsaken, obviously I know that you're certainly recovering from these injuries and you're recovering from everything, and we talked about the recovery process, but obviously you've seen what's going on here with Dark Kron, and any thoughts on what he's thinking in his mind, or just kind of you're into your own state and kind of thinking about recovering for the injury?
Look, I know he has his plans that he wants to do. I don't know who the hell he's bringing, but I mean, good luck with that. Getting the tag titles. My last match was with Omen and Damian Saint at Winter Clash.
And you've had a lot of hardcore matches. You've been kind of like the hardcore guy of DKW, although ironically, you're not the hardcore.
He has a title. I feel like I might need to take that or something.
You find that ironic at all?
Oh yeah, it is.
Of how many times I beat his ass?
Whatever, dude. Like, I don't know.
Well, listen, you got a 29-year history with each other, man.
That's why I'm the hardcore champion. That's why you lost the hardcore title match at IMF.
Whatever. See, look. If everybody's really paying attention, Omen kind of just stole the win. Because I didn't really kick out of when Damian Saint put me down. Omen broke up the count and then just put me through a table with light bulbs and shit on it.
How do you like the taste? Well, actually, we've asked Nicholas Crenson this question. How do you like the taste of light bulbs?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was fucking wild. I know that. But
the sound.
Yeah.
It was an explosion.
It didn't really hurt that bad, to be honest. It was just probably more shock than anything. But
some guys say, now again, I don't want to break the fourth wall much, but some guys say there's a certain way that you kind of take the light tube, that you can kind of brace for it, or, other things that kind of, more or less kind of give you a little bit of a heads up, more or less. But again, I don't want to go too deep into
I feel like if it was a different setup,
yeah,
you probably take it better, but I mean, it's literally just glass on wood. So, like, I mean, it's definitely going to fuck you up a little bit. I knew it was happening.
Okay. So, but you're focused in your own situation right now. So I don't see you really going into any way with this. And, you probably have plans anyway. You think about February the 17th. It's a few days after Valentine's Day. Right. And, maybe you're thinking about from what I understand, the from what I understand, also you have car issues right now. I know you have issues with the family at home, and you're this hardcore guy. And I think for you, ultimately, you're focused on
pissed off at all the shit I do, all the blood, and they're all mad about
break
it.
For a little bit.
But I mean, I don't know if maybe not, February, but maybe the next time, or that IMF's having something, or maybe we'll have something out here soon. But I'll get back in the ring soon, hopefully.
We'll be starting up soon. We'll be soon.
Okay, well, obviously the weather's warming up. I mean, the weather's warming up. So listen, we're officially 6 weeks now until spring. So you guys, listen, 40 degrees for you guys is gonna be like barbecue.
It's already 50 degrees here.
I was gonna say shorts and t-shirts coming up here. Let me get to some more comments here. James Taylor would like to say, question for Kron and Matthew. If we had a match, what kind would you want? Because either way, if I beat you, he said, just kidding, it would definitely be a banger. What would you like to say?
I honestly think I'd an old school 80s styles wrestling match with him. And I don't know if that's boring. I don't know. Submission match. I like doing submissions, but not too many people are into submission wrestling. But that's up to you. I could do. I think an old school. Me and him are older gentlemen.
I wasn't going to talk age. I wasn't going to bring up your guys' age.
We've done a lot. I really think me and him would have a great match just because our styles of how we wrestle. I think that me and him would have a great match, and I'd be cool with a one-on-one.
Let me ask you a question. As we're here again with the newest members of the Sportzwire Radio Hall of Fame, Kron and Matthew Forsaken. The guys are going to certainly be ready for future plans in DKW. We know that Kron's going to be in the house of February the 17th, IMF King of the Center show, which, by the way, is some information here. If you're going to buy a ticket, and I want to also put it out there, we're going to have full coverage of the show, which I'm going to get to next. And I'm endorsing the show, and I want to actually publicly buy a ticket before the show. So I want to make sure my endorsement's out there. But let me ask you guys, though, a question. And again, I know you can't really go into details much. You focus on your own company, your own show. But, James Taylor's out there. He's this free agent. Certainly, he's taking offers out there. I'm sure he'd love to come back in a ring. There was some other things out there. Would he go and be independent? And would he certainly come back to a company in Alabama? I don't know where that's going at this point. I'll ask Mr. Taylor that question when he gets inducted to the Hall of Fame. But, would you want to sign him to DKW? Because, if I think about it, right, you guys are a small roster, right? You guys, though, ultimately are kind of the true story of an American dream. You guys, it's a handful of you guys. And having James Taylor, I know you guys are Foundation. I know you guys are obviously, the Midwest 4 turned into the Foundation 8. It'll be Foundation 12. But, I'm wondering, would you lay out the wood in the rope, kind of the wood in the rope carpet to get James Taylor into DKW? I mean, what would it take for James Taylor to come to DKW?
That is a good question. What would it take?
All right,
by the way, I'm going to put this on Instagram tomorrow.
I was on his show trying to challenge him.
I watched it. You texted me the link. I watched it. I watched it twice even. In fact, I watched it like 3 o'clock in the morning because I have no life. People ask me, what do you watch these days? I watch
your life is here.
Yeah,
this is your life.
Literally, that's it.
I see you on here all day. You're constantly doing interviews all day long. I wonder when you ever sleep.
I don't really sleep much, to be honest. I
believe it.
I sleep an hour here, 2 hours there. You
nap? You power nap.
Pretty much. I pretty much power nap here and there. Yeah. Today was a good day. I got like 5 hours. Today was like the greatest day.
I need
of
my
life.
6-7 hours sleep, or I ain't running.
Well, some people have compared me to like Vince McMahon. They're like, do you sleep? Are you a vampire? Are you a Dracula? I'm like, well, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe somebody
I
like
am. I don't know.
I don't know, but I got a lot of comments here. Speaking of somebody I want to say hello to, by the way, great for you guys to go on his show. His name is also Mr. Ace Reed of the Wired Up podcast of the BWU, and he's going to be back on my show later in the month, and he's got almost 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And if there's a way to get on his podcast, I would definitely recommend that you do it. And I say hello to Mr. Ace Reed, and Ace is doing a great job out there. So how you doing out there? Also here, boom, 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 boom. I don't think too many people pay attention to him because he's so young. I'm going to come back to Joe Stone. I promise you. Then I'm going to bring, obviously, some Foundation brothers on to end the show. James Taylor's going back. He says he's up for anything. I mean, Tom is from the city. He doesn't sleep. Yeah, I don't sleep, literally. But that's not about me. Tom does his best work when he's not sleeping. Well, you know what? I could never sleep on Jules, because Jules is one of our favorites here on Sportswire. Thank you, Jules, for all that you do for us. And I know that Jules is a big fan of Omen Black, and she's a big. Maybe Jules should join the foundation. Certainly a female foundation
I'm
member.
definitely a fan of Omen Black. He's fun to watch.
I'm a fan. It's his show. I mean, I ain't gonna argue about that. But Omen certainly has got the ladies. He's got the hot ladies. He's got certainly the female fans, and good for Omen. I'm not gonna certainly begrudge him for having a female.
Him and Jovi. They're the rock stars, man.
Listen, he's a rock star. What can I say about that? But I do want to touch upon Joe Stone for you, gentlemen, before I bring on your brethren here to close the show. And Joe Stone's a guy that, we don't talk much about on Sportswire, but he's your world champion. And I wonder if he's still dressing up in suits these days. But obviously, he's going to be in the ring. And I don't know if I can break it here, but I hear through the grapevine that Joe Stone might even be having a match live on Sportswire Radio. Am I allowed to say that, gentlemen? Am I allowed to say anything about that?
I believe IMF posted that. The pre-show on we're doing a show the night before King of the Center.
Yep.
And it's actually his birthday. He's turning 16.
Wow.
On February 16th. He's turning 16. He's actually getting his license that morning, and we're driving to Iowa.
Well, now, are you going? Now, are you going? Dark Kron. So you're telling me you're going shotgun while Joe Stone's driving?
Yeah.
How long's the drive again? 9 hours?
9.5 hours.
Well, this will be one for the. I wish that I could be in that car, because I think that would be the most fascinating drive.
I don't have to drive. That's a long drive.
You're not afraid though of the 9 hours with Joe Stone?
I've been driving with him for the last 6 months. I ain't worried about him.
Well, some would say that Joe Stone's a better driver than Craven Rage anyway. So
he's a better driver. He may be a better wrestler. We'll see.
So let me get this straight. So Joe Stone, happy birthday to you, Joan. But Joe Stone and happy birthday to you, Joe Stone. So it is the witching hour almost. But so Joe Stone's having a birthday, 16, and we're going to actually get the opportunity to watch Joe in the ring live on Sportswire Radio the eve of King of the Center. I mean, this sounds like a great deal. Now, may I ask, who would be Mr. Stone's opponent?
I believe it's Freddie Daniels.
I know Freddie Daniels. Interesting match there. Freddie Daniels and Joe Stone. And we get a chance to watch this match live on Sportswire Radio. And I think that's a great reason why you should actually want to tune in, because guess what here? For those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, this is the first time ever that on Sportswire Radio, you're going to get a chance to watch a live wrestling match. So you're going to see how bad I call a match. You're going to see how bad I butcher everything in the ring. That's just for one reason alone to watch the match. I'm sure people like Jules would love to see.
Commentary's hard. It is. Commentary's hard.
Oh, it's very hard. People. If you want to shoot for a second, I have been asked countless times in the UK for a lot of the pro wrestling companies. They've asked me time and time again, I would love for you to call my match. I would love for you to call. I can't do it. I just can't. It's the time. It's this. It's like to sit there, and it's like, it's not as easy as people think it is to call a match. People think, oh my God, anybody could do commentary. It's not like calling commentary for a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game. It's going to be difficult. So, I mean, I'm going to do.
You have to tell the story of the match.
I can do that. That's no problem. The moves, I don't know how I'm going to get the moves, but I promise you, I'm going to do my best to call the match. But, so what does that make you feel that, you're going to see Joe Stone? Wouldn't you want it to be you, Dark Kron, instead? So why Joe Stone and not you?
Well, he's the DK Dub World Champion.
Agreed.
And he's the one that came up with the idea that you hit 500 subscribers, and he wanted to help you celebrate and give you a live match, and he wanted to put the title on the line. So he had me talk to everybody and see if it was okay and if they could do it. He wanted to do it to support you.
Well, you know what, Joe? I feel like I should give Joe a check in the mail. I mean, Joe, should I pay for the car, Joe, at this point? I mean, but I think it's great. I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea. In fact, I think this will be far more interesting than, let's say, when we have Craven Rage say, I'm the greatest. No, we love Craven Rage, but I'm the greatest. I'm the ruler of the yard. I mean, so I think people
Or
will.
Skulls.
I like Skulls. He's a big fan of
I love
Skulls.
Skulls.
Although I don't know who actually, although I want to know who actually owns the Skulls trading card. Does anybody own a Skull?
I seen a picture of it.
It's the Skulls figure and it's the Skulls wrestling card. So I want to know if you're out there on Sportswire and you have a Skulls action figure and a Skulls trading card, you can come on the show right now. You can tell us about it and tell us how you got it. So if you're out there,
I have seen the card. It's cool looking. I will give him that.
I listen. I love Skulls. I mean, but I'm just saying, if you have a Skulls, this is not to make fun. If you have a Skulls figure and a Skulls trading card, come on down to the show right now because we'll invite you on. Will you tell us how you got it and everything else? And I would certainly love to. I want it. We all want it. No, it's very cool, and obviously, I want to try to get to some more people here into the comments before I send the link out here to somebody else that will come on and say hello to you guys. I'm trying to do 10 things at once. Okay, so we got here more time for extracurriculums. Yes, happy birthday to Joe. I'm very excited to have Joe in this match, and we're making history. Yeah, it's a breeze, but it's not really a breeze. But yeah, Joe's going to be here. I have the holographic Skulls card. I used it on my son's bike. Well, I'm going to plead the fifth on that. But, let me ask you a question, Mr. Forsaken. You're hearing Joe Stone. Joe Stone's going to have this match. Dark Kron wants tag team gold. I mean, do you feel like maybe jealous of these guys at all? Anyway, are you jealous at all about the way things are going right now for next week for DKW? No?
No, I mean, I guess if I have to say, I guess for as a whole of DKW, then good for them to support.
You've never been really a company man, though. You've been here many times. You've never been a company man, so you're kind of into your own bubble almost.
Everybody likes the belts, I guess, and if they want to keep going for belts, let them go.
When you were the champion, if I recall correctly, it was almost to spite everybody else. So I mean, so in a way, maybe are you a happy man right now? You're more happier than you've been because these guys are the ones that have to go out there and try to trug along here and such.
Yeah, I guess people do they expect them. They don't expect me. I don't need to be there. It's whatever. But if somebody wants to fight, and whenever I'm ready to get back in the ring, I'm just around. I don't really care to win titles. I guess I just want to fight again. But I know I'm not done with Omen yet. Like I know we're Foundation brothers and shit, but there's still got to be more matches between me and him because it just ain't done. And Damian Saint, like man, that was just I got a taste, man. That ain't it. I need more. So,
I really want to see
good luck with Damian Saint and Omen Black at winner at King of the Center, but
you should take on the winner of that match.
Hey, maybe we'll see what happens.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, there's some names out there, and I know you guys aren't in the tournament, but let me ask you before I bring somebody on here to close the show. And again, we are here with, of course, the newest members of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, Matthew Forsaken and Dark Kron. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice of all wrestling. We're celebrating these guys. What a story they've had, and also getting you ready for next Saturday's King of the Center IMF tournament. And also before that, the day of, you are going to get your first ever live match on Sportswire Radio. Come on down, see how bad of a job I'm going to do on commentary, because we're going to have Joe Stone and Freddie Daniels in the ring. The DKW champion puts his title on the line just less than 24 hours before the big show itself. You're not going to want to miss this one. I promise you it's going to be one for the ages. But let me ask you, though, this question for both of you guys. King of the Center. You have any thoughts on that? Who could win? Obviously, your brethren, Mr. Sean Jovi's in there. Craven Rage is in this tournament. Nicholas Crenson, your old nemesis. I mean, anybody out there? No, James Taylor's on the nemesis. James Taylor's on the tournament. But it was funny. But any thoughts you guys might have on who might come away with the King of the Center?
Man, Ox is in there.
Ox McCoy, Mephisto's in there. Prince of Chia's in there. Some really great names in there.
Man, Mephisto.
Mephisto's kind of come on here, yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to keep it in Foundation, I hope Jovi takes it. If I got to be the company man, maybe Joe will take it. Who knows? Joe is talented, I have to say. He took the freaking DKW title off of me.
I'm going to have to go with the Jovi thing. I'm trying to – he already beat Ox.
Oh, that's
He
true.
beat him in like 7 minutes. I mean, he beat
Built
him.
freaking Legos out of his blood. And shit.
Yeah,
And Tony,
like,
by the way, if I'm not mistaken, he loses at any point. He loses the interstate title.
Right, and that's a lot more on the line for him. I think he has a lot to lose. I think he's going to be.
that's
He
true.
may be. I think he may be fighting a little bit harder than everybody else.
So Craven Rage, you guys aren't really impressed with once again. Craven Rage, the ruler of the
Hey.
yard, the backyard nightmare.
2024 is Joe Stone's year. I think Joe Stone. I think he's got this. Craven Rage.
I mean, his first round is Joe Stone and Craven
Now,
Rage.
well, before I bring on one of your brethren in the foundation, Nicholas Crenson has this message for you, Mr. Kron. Please, you say it correct. Oh, there we go. He changed it on the next line. Sometimes people give comments. And I can't read.
Yeah.
People want to.
I'm bad about that.
Okay. Me and Kron haven't had a chance to beat the hell out of each other yet. What do you say about that, Dark Kron?
When you were on here a few days ago, I believe I mentioned All Out Hell. Go back and check out those matches. Me and Forsaken in the first one, Forsaken and Omen in the second one. Me and you can make it the third.
All right, you know what? We'll have to find out. But, gentlemen, I want to bring them on. Your brothers in the foundation. You've been feuding with them. You've traveled up and down the road with them. You've shared stories. I know your hand gesture is going to come out here. We're going to take this off the screen for a second. We're going to take this off the screen and bring them on because it's their show. It's none other than the one and only Hardcore God, the boogeyman of the Midwest, and the IMF World Champion, Soldier GP, and Omen Black. Fellas, how you doing? And what would you like to say to your brothers in the foundation, also colleagues into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame?
Well, first off, I want to say to Nicholas Crenson, all out hell matches, they do tend to take off some years off your career. I will say that. I've never been through more pain getting speared through that cage than anything.
That took a lot to do that.
I thought you were going to say you never suffered through more pain in watching a Craven Rage interview.
I mean, getting speared through the cage is like top that, but barely tops that.
Well, we talked about the rain match. I mean, in the summer. I mean, that was certainly, one for the age. But I feel like, you've done like 30 times that since then. You've done like 30 times.
Okay, behind the character.
Oh, God.
Getting Swanton off the cage fucking hurt so goddamn bad.
Well,
I struggled getting through the match after. I felt like I broke a rib.
You know what I want to ask you?
Yeah, I was worried about it too.
I know you didn't mention this on the Nemesis sessions, and I know Omen. I don't think I've ever asked you this, so I have to ask you a question because I heard Tommy Dreamer talk about this on one podcast. I have to ask you the same question: how the heck did you drive yourself back home after that pain?
Me?
Yeah.
Mrs. Omen right here. She drove me home.
He didn't drive himself home. His girl took him home.
See, that's why I asked the burning questions on Sportswire. You get the questions that nobody else will answer. Well, all right.
He didn't drive.
I told her, like, you gotta drive. I can't drive.
You gotta drive. Yeah, but then he played a little prank on me the next day. He calls me and said, "Oh man, you all right?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm a little sore. I'm good. Are you all right?" And he's, "Well, I think I broke a couple ribs. Had to go to the ER." So he put me on a guilt trip when he called me the next morning.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, I really broke the rib. Wish we didn't do that."
It was definitely a match I'll never forget. Hands down.
Say hello. Yes, nice to see Soldier and Omen. Hello, Soldier and Omen. Welcome back to Sports Radio. So obviously these guys are in the Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you guys that more of your foundation brothers are in the Hall of Fame? Anything you want to say before we
it just shows why we're the best faction in all of wrestling.
That's right.
Plain and simple.
All four.
So wouldn't be that group in Alabama called the Black Flag Army? Wouldn't be them, right?
No, they don't stand a chance against the foundation.
What, they want the foundation?
No, they well, we would.
Are you talking about that?
Not tonight's show. I don't want to get into that. That James Taylor.
Nobody wants the foundation.
Come on, ACT.
Well, that's one promotion.
ADT?
Everybody, have they seen what foundation members do to each other?
Yeah, do you see what the foundation is?
Fuck.
I don't know.
I didn't have any regard putting my own brother through a glass table.
Right.
What do you think
Right.
I'd do to
Fucking
someone
laid me
who's
open.
not foundation?
Garrett.
Okay.
Soldier
How far
cheeseburger my head with barbed wire.
Right. Here's my answer to that. How far is the cemetery?
Right around the corner. If you cut through the
Good answer.
cornfield in the
You live in the
front,
country. Cemetery can be right out back.
I got one 5 blocks away, 6 blocks away.
I live across the street from one. I don't think anybody can beat that.
That
But
would be
I got a pet
Uh,
cemetery in my backyard.
Hold
good
on.
enough. I actually, I did watch that movie, but gentlemen, we've got a big show coming up here. We're going to have full coverage for it next Friday. We're going to dedicate a day to you guys. I'm going to endorse the show. I'm going to buy a ticket, so I'm really excited. We're going to have our first match here live. What do you gentlemen want to say? And Soldier, I'm really excited, especially for you, because you have a man that we're going to see that I know this man. This man, Tommy the Man Merriman. He's the man. I've known Tommy Merriman for a long time. This is almost like
Listen,
a pipe bomb.
listen,
This is
listen,
a pipe
Tommy.
bomb that he's in your company.
He's a man. He's
Tom,
not.
okay, he might be the man in Indiana. But he's coming to Iowa where I'm the man. I'm the world champion. And when he comes here, I'm going to show him who the real man really is.
Well, I think this is a dream match. Soldier, with
Yeah.
no disrespect to anybody else you've wrestled since being the champion, this is a match that I don't know if you're out there and you have a chance to go out there and support the IMF and buy a ticket. You better go buy a ticket. This is going to be a match, I promise you, that you're going to watch and go, you know what? If I don't get to see it again, I'm going to regret it, because this is really a dream match. In a lot of ways, if you think about it, right? Tommy the Man Merriman last year,
Literally.
at the beginning of the year, XCW World Champion. You're currently the IMF World Champion. You could arguably say next Saturday, the winner of your match with Soldier GP, you yourself, and Tommy the Man Merriman could really be who is the real world champion in the Midwest. You think about it right now. You're the IMF champion. You've been in the 400-seat venues. You've been kicking ass. You guys have been selling out venues, getting hundreds of tickets, thousands of fans. And Tommy the Man Merriman has been doing this for a long time. In a lot of ways, this could really decide who's the true world champion of the Midwest if you really think about this here. I mean, this is a dream match that in any promotion, any Fed, this is a main event. And like I said, to me, as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportzwire Radio, where all wrestling matters here, the Reverend Tom Bryce, you and Tommy the Man Merriman, the winner who wins next Saturday is the Midwest World Heavyweight Champion.
Everybody, you want to call it a dream match, but to quote CM Punk, it's just another Saturday for me. So it's just another Saturday. As soon as the bell rings, he's going to show. I'm going to show him, and he's going to see why I'm the IMF World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I can't wait till you and him are live on air, because I want to say this for about 6 months. Tommy the Man Merriman, we've been trying to get on Sportswire Radio, and now we're going to see him live in the flesh and the wound in the main event to close the show of our historic one, where the first ever live match is going to be broadcast. I mean, listen, it doesn't get any better than this. This is a true dream match. I cannot wait to see that. And then Omen Black, I mean, obviously, I know we keep talking about you and this person and that person. I know we've had you on here already, but I'm excited to see what happens in the rematch. I know you've got payback and blood on your mind when it comes to Mr. Damian Saint.
Well, I want to make one small correction, Tom. See, there's so animosity and bad blood between me and Damian Saint. That's a main event worthy of a match. See, the thing is, though, will Damian show up, though? I mean, yeah, he can get a cheap shot on me after I went through hell going through Nicholas Crenton and Kodak Kid, some champion he is, but he got a cheap shot. See, he showed up on a triple threat because Matthew Forsaken's also there too.
True.
But will he in fact show up on a one-on-one with me? The guy who put him through hell the last time we met? I'm not. I just want to hold my breath until the 17th.
But no disrespect. I don't I mean, we got next week. We can talk about all this. Tonight, it's about our brothers becoming Hall of Famers, and something that they deserve. They want to sit here. They sat here and they said they owe us a lot for their success.
Yeah.
But I disagree. You guys, you were successful before. We just brought it out. We just brought it to a bigger audience. You know what I mean? You guys are great.
You helped us
We
get
can't
where we
have
are.
these show winter class.
Well, let me ask you guys.
Winter class wouldn't have been as big and as great if you guys weren't there. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, regardless of everything that happened in Winter Clash, that was like my favorite match I've ever had. Was that match? It was the most hardcore and most professional wrestling match I've ever had.
Let me ask you guys a question, and then we'll spend a few minutes on Summer Bash, and we'll obviously sign off. And we'll have next Friday. We're going to have a slew of coverage the whole night. So you're going to get everybody back on here once again. But what's it been like traveling up and down the roads to each other's cities and venues in this past year? What has that been like? We never really asked you guys all that question. What has that been like traveling up and down the road?
I've never traveled this much in my life, and I love it.
I love it.
I mean, it's a long drive, but I like it.
You get to see things, different places, go through a bunch of different
Yeah.
states.
It's like going to work.
That's what it's become. The drive does not seem that long anymore.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
I mean, we've driven out there,
It's
4 or
funny.
5 times?
It's funny. My wife, when we first started coming, she had to put the address in and all that. She doesn't have to do that anymore. She knows how to get to Bremen, Ohio. She puts the address in from Bremen when she gets into Bremen.
Right.
Their house is like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Couple fields.
But to get from Cedar Rapids, Iowa to Bremen, Ohio, she's got it memorized. She's got it memorized, and we've only
It's
been
like a straight shot almost.
It's to the point where I can't wait to get back.
Right.
Bremen, Ohio.
Yeah. It's
Let me ask you guys.
So, yeah, Summer Bash was nuts last year.
Let me ask you guys conversely a question, because I see somebody here that also wants to say hello, and he's got the link, and I didn't give him the link. We're going to let him say hello. That's our coach. He's here. He wants to say hi, so we're going to let him say hi. But let me ask you guys a fun question. You guys have gone, obviously, conversely to Iowa and Ohio. Is there a favorite place or a favorite destination that you guys have conversely in one another's state or city? Have you visited at all?
Looking forward to the follow.
Do never take dinner recommendations from Matthew Forsaken.
Whoa.
All I said is I've been there before.
What about this? What's going on here?
That's awesome.
That waitress
I
did
asked
not
this
like
guy,
steak.
"Hey,
Did
what's
not
a
like
great
women
place
at
to
all.
go eat?" And he recommended. I can't remember the name of it.
God.
I didn't recommend the main event. You guys were searching it.
Oh, the main
yo,
event.
I've
What
been
the
there.
fuck?
Like, I mean, it's a bar, sure. It has good
Okay,
food.
first off, Matthew Forsaken, he was under the influence of Natty Lights when I asked him.
Well,
See,
you
I
know
asked
what?
him, "Hey,
He's got
what's
his
good-
reasons. He's got his reasons.
You know what was funny about
Yeah,
that
no, no,
situation?
place.
You know
Right
what was
when we
funny
get
about that
there.
situation? What was funny about that situation with the restaurant was that lady, that waitress, did not like Omen for some reason. Did not. She was so rude to him. Every chance she got, she was rude. But like
She was
just
nice,
a sweet.
too.
She was
My
a sweetheart
woman,
to everybody else.
Soldier,
To me,
his
my
woman.
wife.
But for some reason, she was so
I
mean.
got a
and-
follow up.
Almost like I paid her off or
I got
something.
a couple of people that actually want to say hello to you guys. I want to bring somebody special on in a second to say hello. Not yet James Taylor, but somebody else before that. I would have thought the safe route would have been going to Waffle House or Cracker Barrel.
Oh no, we like to go to weird places, like little known places. But we
Hey,
didn't
The
no,
know
old Dutch up there. You just send them up to Logan and know you're
Everybody-
Dutch.
on the way back. I think there was like a storm happening.
Oh God!
Literally on our way back, some guy waved out his out the window. Go
Time
back!
to go back. we were driving on like in the middle of a fucking tornado. Sirens are going off.
And
All right, fair enough.
me and Soldier, we saw like, did he say just go back? And the ladies were like, no, he didn't say go back. Like, no, he definitely went go back.
He said go back.
I gotta let somebody say hello to you because he's actually a friend of the show, and his name is the West Memphis Kid, Ronnie Brady. He was the former Resurrection World Champion, and he's a huge part of things. It's Resurrection Wrestling Month here on Sportswire. They have been very good friends to us, great guys out there. Omen Black is on my list of people that I want to face one-on-one. Mad respect.
Anytime. Let me know the place, when, and how bad you want to get beaten. I'll be there.
Well, I would love to see that too. I mean, can we make that happen, Ronnie Brady, the West Memphis Kid? Can we make that happen? I mean, can we make that happen in either Summer Bash or in Iowa or Tennessee? I mean, and while you're at it, Ronnie Brady, make sure to tell Jimmy Controversy that he's not going to be the hardcore superstar for much longer because Omen Black's the hardcore god.
Let's just say this. If it happens in Ohio, I know a nice place Matthew Sticker showed me. We'll get dinner afterwards.
Call the main event, man. If you want to be the main event.
I got a lot more people.
That's right.
Let me bring on the coach, Chris Craven. Coach, you're alive. How you doing? But let me first of all say congratulations to Jason Storm. Jason Storm, I hope you're doing well with your beautiful daughter. I hope you're always well to your family. Definitely want to see you soon. And James Taylor loves Cracker Barrel. And would you like to see James Taylor for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's your show, son. You could say no.
Yeah.
Would you want Craven?
Everybody.
Would you want Craven Rage on here to say hello?
Look how fast they said yes. That was nice, guys. You're like,
We don't give a fuck. Apparently, else want to talk.
Okay, fair enough. Coach, how you doing, Coach? Coach, another Hall of Famer here. And, Coach, what's on your mind? What would you like to say? Hopefully something funny.
Well, congrats to the dynamic duo up there at the top of the screen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank Coach.
Go ahead. And then to the other dynamic duo out there in Iowa, where the fuck have you two been?
They were here Saturday on Sportswire.
busy.
Okay, one appearance.
I see you're still in the same old tank top we see in every time.
What's wrong with the
He
tank
looks like
top?
a mugshot. He looks like
I
a
like
mugshot.
Now, I can defend myself.
He's growing that hair longer and longer, though.
If he'd have been on the last few times that I've been on, if he's so worried about my wardrobe choices.
I saw you had a shirt on. I was just giving you some shit.
Last time I was in a black t-shirt, before it was in a button-up.
See, the thing is, Tom told me had a allergic reaction after wearing the shirt. So, yeah, he busts out in highs. Like, really, Tom?
He's just going to be mad when I body slam him one day.
I'm not
We're
crazy.
going to have a match, by the way, on Friday. Next Friday, we have our first match live. Joe Stone's going to be taking on Freddie Daniels. I mean, we have a live match that I'm going to definitely butcher all the commentary on.
Yeah.
I got money on Freddie.
Ooh.
I got money on Joe. He's driving to wrestle.
Freddie's got. I love
Listen.
Freddie's whole new look and everything.
Listen. Freddie Daniels hasn't improved so much ever since being part of the House of Wolves. So
I
he
hear
learned
through a
from
birdie, by the
me.
way.
So
I'm not at liberty to say it all yet, but I hear through a birdie that we're going to see some House of Wolves members here inducted to something down the road. I'm not saying anything further, but stay tuned. I hear through a grapevine.
Ooh.
yeah, I'm just saying. So one of us in this show has some pull because he owns the show. Me. But
Well, I thought the real person who owned this show had the real big bucks, but no comment. Pleading the fifth on all that. Pleading the
this
fifth.
guy right here.
Pleading the fifth on all of that. Saying nothing here further. It's your guys' show. Coach, do you want to say anything else to our new Hall of Famers who are colleagues of yours now in the Hall of Fame? Anything else you want to say to them? Any, congratulatory things you want to say to them? Any, certainly advice on how to act in being a Hall of Famer? Anything you want to say to them?
Be as disturbing as you want to be. That's what I know. That's my motto.
I
Yeah.
just noticed your name says
disturbing as you want
Craven.
No, congratulations to the both of them. How's everything looking on the DKW side?
Getting it together.
Now, would you
Coming
like
out
to
of
see?
here.
Now, by the way, we have somebody else saying hello. The man on Masters, Tyler
Yeah,
R.
that's your favorite.
Wow, he
wrestler,
actually
Omen.
spelled something without misspelling it. Congrats.
The man on Machinist.
He doesn't even know what his name is half the
No,
time.
wait. You know what?
That's your
I
favorite
got it.
wrestler, Omen.
You know
isn't it?
Darkron, right?
That's
You've
Jimmy
obviously
Wang
said
Yang?
that I got a great answer for you. I got a burning journalist question for you. Hard-hitting journalist question. You know, Dark Kron, you talked about the fact that your tag team partner you have history with, right? You talked about somebody that you know. Now, I know that you also told us that you were on a podcast once upon a time with Silverwolf. I told, once upon a time, we were told from Omen Black, it's his show, by the way, that you were on this show, and you kind of confirmed that, and you also mentioned Tyler Ark after I asked you that question.
Yeah, I never lie.
So Tyler Ark is the tag team partner that we're going to see with you next Saturday. So, I mean, you know what? I knew there was something up your sleeve, Dark Kron, and, I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, you got Tyler Ark, and you've got history with him. He's coming on here. He's improved. He was one of the rising stars in WCE, and, obviously, you've definitely got history with him. You've been on a podcast with him, and, what do you want to tell us about your new tag team partner?
Yeah, no.
You guys got this?
Oh, come on.
Look.
He's a man of massacre.
I'm trying to win a title. I'm not trying to do a comedy skit. I'm trying to go win some gold, and then I want to go defend it.
He won a title, though. He won an award in WCE.
He has a participation trophy, all right? That's a title, God damn it.
Look, I'm old enough that we don't have participation trophies. You have to earn your trophies. So I don't do that participation shit. You earn your shit.
Sure? But he won an award, though, in WCE.
You mean to tell me you don't do those things where, like, somebody came in 10th place?
I won an award.
No.
Hey, first or last.
I won an award in Joey's vlog. I think Soldier won an award in WC too.
You got a badass award though.
Hey, you guys were former the Intergalactic champions.
I'm not even part of the team over there, and I won match of the year for them.
Does WCE still exist?
It's on my mantle.
Does WCE still exist?
Dick of the year.
I won Dick of the Year in Joey's vlog.
I'm taking that Joey vlog title too.
Yes, the Intergalactic title, the Intergalactic Vlog Championship.
His YouTube title.
Tyler Rock won that championship. He's been a former champion. He's been a top draw, main eventer.
Did he beat Craven Rage though?
In maybe like simulation.
Close enough. Yeah, Kron, get him.
All right.
Wow.
I want to say hello. Actually, if I could for a second, I want to say hello to somebody, and I want to say, without going into details, I want to give him my regards. He's actually the assistant general manager for Resurrection Wrestling, Steven Silvestri. Steven had messaged me about something that he's going through with his family, and I just want to say, Steven, I want to thank you for your friendship. I want to thank you for all you're doing for us, and anything you need, just let me know. I'm here for you anytime. I don't want to go into too many details, but Steven has been a very good friend of ours, and he's doing a great job out there. He's really a true jack of all trades. He's a referee, photographer, interviewer, and he's really been the glue over in Resurrection Wrestling. So if I could just everybody, give Steven Silvestri your thoughts and prayers, and just really one of my favorite up-and-coming stars. So, Steven, just want to thank you for all that you do for us, and just hang in there, buddy. And if you need anything, just let me know. I don't want to go into too many details, but Steven's really been one of my favorite people I've gotten to know in the past couple of months. So Steven's a friend. Just thank you, Steven, for all that you do. And I'm here for you, buddy. You message me anytime. So, and also, they have a show as well the same day, but a different time as King of the Center. So if you're in Iowa, go to the King of the Center. If you're in Tennessee, go to Resurrection Wrestling's Lockdown. 2 great shows, 2 great companies. I want to thank the West Memphis kid, Ronnie Brady. But speaking of people that, before we sign off, wants to say hello, a future Hall of Famer, and boy, I can't wait to bring him on. No, it's not Skulls. No, it's not C2K. No, it's not Tyler Ark. I mean, no, it's not even Craven Rage. It is my friend, the legendary Nemesis James Taylor. The man, James Taylor, I can't get you out of my mind these days. It's not Jules.
It's my
mind in my mouth. It's you, James Taylor. I feel like everywhere I go, the burning question is, where is James Taylor going? James Taylor, I just want to say I can't wait for Sunday, but now it's time for you to say hello, maybe even congratulate a man that used to be on your show at one point, Matthew Forsaken, and Dark Kron into your Hall of Fame. And how you doing, Nemesis James Taylor? And I hope you don't bite me.
I'm good, Tom. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
You're
welcome.
Mr. Matthew Forsaken and Dark Kron, I just thought I'd come on here. Everybody else got to. Why the hell can't I? I just thought I'd come on here and congratulate you two for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And good to see you.
You too.
Craven, as always, good to see you. And what's up, Soldier? I still got a stunner with your name on it, I promise you, kid. And Omen, I even got one for you, buddy. I'd love to have a good old death match with you. A little old school hardcore versus your hardcore. That'd be pretty fun to do. What do you think?
I don't think you can handle it. I don't think your old body or your ego can handle it.
I don't think you're tall enough.
Ooh.
You know
Wait a
what?
minute. Aren't they the same size?
If my body couldn't handle it, then you would be the one to retire me. How about that?
What are you eating, by the way?
Is that worth anything, though?
Popcorn. I'm just enjoying the show.
Oh, you are. So, what did you think of tonight's show? By the way, I gotta ask you because you're up next on Sunday. What did you think of the speech that I gave? I mean, I gave Jovi one. I gave these guys one. You know, I kind of joked that you might get 25 minutes on Sunday. I hope not, but I mean, you know. You want to say you want me to? I knew it, you sucker. But I mean,
you offered.
You know, what did you think?
What day is this?
What did
Sunday?
After the Super Bowl, right after the Super Bowl. So maybe after you get sick of looking at Taylor, you can come on to see the real Taylor and James Taylor. But you know, what did you think, by the way, of the show? What did you? It was funny. I'm really working on my stand-up these days. You know, once I get canceled for Sportswire and Omen can really take over the show because it's his show, I'll try a second career at stand-up comedy. But seriously, James Taylor, what have you thought of the show? Did you like the induction speech? I mean, what else do you think on your mind?
It's all great. I really dig it. As far as this being Omen's show, he might be second, but he's not first, okay? Because I'm the man.
Dude, you're taking my shtick. I've been saying my show for almost 2 years now.
Okay, because I'm the old man. Respect your elders. I'm talking,
well, that's one thing we can agree on. You are an old man.
So,
are you going
to Omen, let him talk. You know how old people get cranky when it's time to go to bed.
I'm surprised. I was going to say he stole the words out of my mouth.
Look, you're going to get my heart all flustered. I'm going to have to take some Pepto-Bismol for some heart relief and some gas relief, okay? Now,
getting to that age.
That's why they brought you on first, because you're the opening act. They saved me for after the Super Bowl because I'm the main event. Dark Kron, me and you one day, kid.
7's better than 30 something.
It's like 30. I think it's going to be like 35. 35.
You're the main event. You're going to step it up, but so far you ain't following me.
You were 15. 15 is not bad.
Hey, I don't look my age, okay? You'll be when you're my age, Omen, Soldier. Y'all are gonna look like you're 7.
I don't look my age. I say that.
How old are you again, Taylor?
I'm in the 30s.
He's 41. 41.
I'm 39. I'm 39.
I was gonna say that at least you were in the Craven Rage territory because he might be an AARP.
I mean, I'm 41. So who's the old man?
I guess
I'll take credit for that because I got the
getting on me. I don't know why they get.
I thought you were.
I'm 40.
51.
You're 40. See, we're all in that neck of the woods right there.
Hey, I'm still in my 20s. All right.
Yeah. You ain't gonna make it to 30.
I'm 12. I'm 12 only with overgrown mutton chops.
In the ring. You're only 12?
Don't worry, Omen. That wisdom will catch up with you sooner or later.
Let me say hello to a few people. People want to say hello.
But yeah, I do.
Jules wants to say, it's okay, Tom. I'm happy to share your mind and thoughts with James Taylor. Yeah, well, I want you to share those thoughts too with James Taylor. But yeah, James Taylor's here, and we love, Jules, that you're tuned in for James Taylor. Yes, absolutely. But thank you, the lovely Jules there. Okay, you've certainly made a good point. I got to move on, though, because TVK is here. Is that Omen and Soldier hardly recognized them without the porch in the background? Coach Tank Top for life. Tank Top again. Kron Forsaken. Congrats, boys. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Good to see you. And yes, the guys are here. Anything else, James Taylor, you want to say before we move on to a few final thoughts and let these guys celebrate their historic day and such? Anything else, James Taylor, you want to say?
My big question is, where is James Taylor going to go?
When are we going to see James Taylor?
It's basically
you stole the words out of my mouth for Sunday's show, fellas.
whoever extends the greatest offer, I guess, because it's like all of a sudden all these people are talking to me and they're like, "Hey, what about here? Hey, what about here?"
You know,
And I've had some jokes.
You know,
I'm going to address a lot of shit on Sunday, so stay tuned.
I
Oh,
can't
I'll be
wait.
there.
I just want to
I'll
let
be
you know,
there.
though, Thursday you might want to tune in because not in character, your former co-workers, Mr. Titan and Mr. Allen, are going to be here in non-wrestling TBW capacities. They're going to be here Thursday night.
That leaves two things. That leaves two things to mention. One, you ain't got to wait 46 minutes for Allen to do his makeup, and two, Taylor, you already committed to Summer Bash. At least that's what you told me. So we should at least see your ass in July.
I mean, look at the other one. The other one said he's going to be at Summer Bash. Haven't heard from him since.
All I need is the.
He went silent.
I'm ready for
He
it.
went WWE.
I just want to know because I already have it scheduled off. I just want to know how many matches I'm going to have that weekend.
Well, I know I'm your first. I've been waiting the longest, longer than anybody else in this motherfucking place.
Soldier
I
can
know
have you
I'm
first.
number one. The moment you get there, we go straight to the ring and I beat your ass. That's what's gonna happen.
Just don't keep the headphones on when we fight, okay?
It's a headset, though. It's not headphones. It's a headset.
Hey, we should have a hair versus hair match. No, I'm just kidding.
How much hair do you have?
I will.
left? You can't afford to mortgage the future with the hair you have left.
I have way more hair to lose than you do.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I can't wait
can't
to
wait
fight.
to see it.
Now, you know, we gotta. Are we in character or out of character?
What at this point, it doesn't
In and
matter.
out all night. In and out.
Yeah, pretty much at this point, it doesn't matter.
We gotta train. We gotta practice before we hit that ring.
Yes, you got to definitely train and practice. It's been a while. I have some more comments here. People want to say hello. Where are you gonna go? We're gonna talk about that Sunday after the big game. You're seeing him right now. The live game started in the kitchen for the first ever Rumble in the refrigerator. That's a good one, though.
He said a rumble in the refrigerator.
What number do you get, by the way, for going into the Rumble in the refrigerator? What number do you get? Number 2. Oh, number 2. Oh, are you going to do a number 2 after you win the Rumble?
TBK. God, I'm sorry. That was funny.
It was very funny. Yes.
Got jokes. Yeah.
Well,
James, slow down on the popcorn. Jesus Christ. Like,
That one got him. That one got him.
what's the perfect day? What's
Must be
that
a
shirt
thing.
say? Tell us what that shirt says.
Wake up, play video games, eat breakfast, play video games, eat lunch, play eat dinner.
tell me you
There
So where do you
shop
fit-
at Walmart without
So where do
saying
you
shop
fit
at
training?
Walmart.
Where do you fit training at?
Yeah, man.
Do
You gotta
what?
get up
I
from
don't
the
know.
video game
I
training.
would think that somewhere on that shirt would be some.
That's a
woman play,
Walmart
but-
shirt for sure.
He said,
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of a Walmart shirt.
Hey,
At least
I
know
didn't
how to
say there
manage my
was. I
money.
just know that definitely came from Walmart.
That definitely came from Walmart. I've seen it.
I bought it. I got the same one, brother.
I bought it.
"Yeah, nuts, man."
Yes, these are the greatest characters, Jules. These are the greatest. That's why they're all Hall of Famers. That's why they're here. They're all Hall of Famers.
Well, hey, hold on. He's not.
Not yet.
He's not a Hall of Famer yet.
Well,
Ooh.
So you can't really
Yeah,
call
he-
him a Hall of Famer.
Working on it.
Then how come everybody's so more excited for me to be on the Hall of Fame than what they were with y'all? Huh?
I mean,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, now, see, oh man, now you're being delusional, man.
Is it just more expected him
I was
already
really
being all
excited for Dark Kron and Forsaken. We pumped it really hard on
Oh,
Facebook.
definitely.
Yeah.
These guys deserve it. These guys, I don't know about the other ones, but they deserve
That's
it.
not fair. It's Owen's show.
I mean,
it's
just
Owen's
typical
Hall of
big-
Fame.
They talking
Hey,
shit on me. I just thought it was only fair to dish it back. I'm not gonna let nobody run over me.
But we weren't.
Tooth bastards.
But also, this guy Tyler Ark says, "Nice to meet you." Maybe you're gonna wrestle.
I don't
him.
know who
Jason
Jason
Taylor.
Taylor is.
Who's
Get
Jason
that
Taylor?
Did
I know
you just
Jason
say that you think
Myers.
you spelled our shit right?
you know what, Tyler? You are DUM dumb.
Hey,
Amazing.
wait, what's this deal I heard about Jeff Daniels maybe getting, leaving the Wolf Pack and all that stuff?
Dude, that's been ages.
No, like he's turned a leaf. He's learned a lot. He might be on the
He learned a lot from
Damn. Yeah.
And You think I might be able to get a booked match with old Jeff Daniels? He's one of my favorite IMF superstars.
I mean, he's a River City dog. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you, I think he's too. Hey, I think he's too high class for you.
The best IMF Jeff Daniels match was when he fought that loose cannon last year.
Oh God!
Probably got.
I
Like
heard. I heard Loose Cannon is on the injured list permanently.
God,
Yeah, in the head.
That's
No,
a story.
seriously.
Never mind.
Skulls gave an update and said that Loose Cannon is out on the injured list for months to come.
Yeah, in the head because he's like.
So
Speaking of head trauma, is
can't
that
say
kid
the
all
words
right?
that I want to say on Sportswire.
Say it at this point. We're in the witching hour. Go ahead.
I feel bad. Given I just said that, I feel bad. I'm not going to say it.
go ahead, say it. It's okay. We're all adults.
Right.
He is the biggest dumb fuck I ever fucking met.
Who?
Loose cannon.
Loose cannon.
You want my impression? You want my opinion of Loose Cannon? And I'm going to say this very lovingly. He looks like one of those characters in the movie The Goonies.
He looks
Hey, dude,
like
the Goonies is dope, though.
I love Loose Cannon, but he really looks like one of those like characters who was he born like in a nuclear power plant with his head? Seriously, was he born like what was it? Was it 3 Mile Island? Was he no? Seriously,
I know.
Was he
I know what
born
happened.
like? Was he one of those 3 Mile Island babies? That's what
No, what happened was he was in a special episode of SpongeBob. We got drawn by Doodle Bob.
I say it very lovely. I think he's a
no.
wonderful man.
I was going to say because of the names, maybe he's related to Squircon, but
No.
Whatever happened to that guy?
No, he's got a job. He's working hard. He's working on his promo skills.
I mean, look at it. Gunshot, Loose Cannon, Gunshot. I mean,
No.
Gunshot, James Taylor. They all go hand to hand.
Gunshot is working hard. He's got a new job. He's focused. He's working on those promo skills. And, in like 2087, he's going to probably be in the ring somewhere. And he's going to be in WWE. He's got that contract. Like that other guy who was talking about going
Can he wrestle?
Gunshot's going to have his first match in 2087. I promise you.
Okay, all right. I'll be dead and gone by then.
I hope I'm dead by then.
Yeah, I hope I'm dead and gone by then.
I hope so, please.
I'm going to make sure I'm dead and gone by then.
Yeah, with all these death matches, yeah, it's going to be bound to happen that way.
That's what I heard about Gunshot, and he's doing great, and he certainly, I'm sure, would love to be on here. And
Did you ever go to CJ Junt's company? Did that ever happen?
No, and by the way, we have CJ Junt's company on next Monday. Chris Arute is going to be here. Gonna make sure you tune in. Chris Arute is here. Can't wait.
Another hardcore champion. Is that right?
I'm really gonna try to be very, very kind here and say I'm gonna bite my tongue and say I'm really happy Chris Arute is coming on Sportswire because I really just want. That's all I want to say. I don't want to say anything further incriminate myself. That's all because they've been very nice to us.
I like the company. I'm just saying, that's another hardcore guy.
He's on his way to being and he's a Hall of Famer, a Backyard Wrestling Nexus Hall of Famer, though, not a Sportswire Hall of Famer.
Isn't Atomic Turd a hardcore champion too?
He's a hardcore king, and he's Hollywood type.
Oh, he's a hardcore king.
Hardcore king, yes, hardcore king.
Far from
Atomic Titan's a hardcore long neck.
Two other kings, like Atomic Turd.
I wouldn't say that. I like him, and I like the turtleneck.
The boy can wrestle, but hardcore king.
Well, Jimmy Controversy has apparently heard word of that, and Mr. Controversy will address that one of these days on Sports.
Thanks to you, Tom, we have talked to Jimmy.
Like Gunshot said he was the perfect king.
Cut out. Before anything, we'll get to closing thoughts in a minute. Mr. Controversy, is there anything you want to say? Because I know Mr. Controversy messaged me the other day, and would you like to share anything on air? He's a good associate of us on Sports.
We have talked to Jimmy.
And how's he doing?
In the ring, and if Controversy ever wants to get in the ring Forsaken, I would gladly.
We've extended the olive branch for July.
Is there anything that you'd like me to specifically say to Mr. Controversy that you think that he would like to know? Because I will certainly relay the message to Mr. Controversy.
I think he's freaking awesome. I'll say that, but go ahead.
He knows that, though, already.
Everybody knows he's awesome. I've seen some of the shit he's done. I would say I'm intrigued.
Okay.
And if he wants to show up at Summer Bash, he's more than welcome.
Now, I can tell you real quick on this before I move on to a few other things. I can tell you, Mr. Controversy, the commute for him to your town, I think, is something like 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. It's 3 or 4 hours. So,
Hell, if he can't come here, I can always go there.
I don't know if you guys saw on Mikey Anarchy's Facebook page, he dropped his tour or his book dates.
Seen that.
And for some reason, during the same days of Summer Bash, he's gonna be in Ohio.
Weird.
I'm just saying. I wonder who might have talked to him about that event. By the way, don't know anything.
I
Maybe
wonder
Summer Bash is about to be badass.
No comment. Tyler Ark would like to say Loose Cannon is not ready for Tyler Ark.
Go to bed.
Tyler Ark, it's past his bedtime.
It's bedtime. Go to bed.
I would love to see, it would be
Get off your
some
mom's Wi-Fi. Go to bed.
Maybe, you know what? Can you imagine one day on Sportswire, we have like a riveting conversation with Loose Cannon and Tyler Ark? I mean, it could be almost like the equivalent of let's say.
What day is that?
I don't know.
I'll just make sure to break my
I got the day for you. February 30th.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll see you there.
I might be in bed.
February 30th. All right, fellas, obviously we're going to close out the evening. Is there anything else you'd like to say or anything Dark Kron and Matthew Forsaken you'd like to say to close out this glorious evening? And one more time, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, you get to see it live on the screen. You get to take it off because we don't want to see this. You get to see this here on the screen officially that these guys are in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But gentlemen, anything else, Mr. Forsaken, Mr. Kron, that you'd like to say on this historic evening? Now,
hey, keep tuned in to DK Dub on YouTube, and make sure that everybody in the Iowa area can come out and check out the show February 17th. Hey, James, I'm looking forward to seeing you sometime in 2024. I don't care when, sometime in 2024.
Hell, James Taylor might be your tag team partner. You're just not telling us.
Kron, you're gonna be waiting forever. I'm still waiting.
I know. You get your chance. If he shows up to Iowa, he's yours. But
I'll come out to Iowa.
I will make a trip. I will do any. I'll do what I need to rest of James Taylor.
And also, I want to plug a coach because Coach is with me Friday right after SmackDown. We're going to be talking the fallout of SmackDown and everything else, and apparently the streaming deal where AEW was excluded out of the Warner, Fox, and ESPN streaming deal. So we're going to talk about that as well. And Mr. Taylor, is there anything you'd like to say before you take your place officially in history after the big game Sunday? Anything else you want to say, Mr. Taylor, before we sign off?
3 things. 1,
he likes popcorn.
Thanks. That was pretty good. Soldier, you all right? You look like you got something on your head, kid. Like you look like you're thinking real hard. Like, I hate this son of a bitch.
We're dragging on.
Wait, fire us up, Mr. Taylor. Fire us up for that Austin 98 Raw like promo. Go for it.
You want a promo? I mean, it wouldn't be hard.
No, I really don't. I was just getting fired up.
I want something original.
But the snaggletooth guy is over here with his glasses and his headset on, and he's just sitting there constantly holding his head. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about that ultimate matchup between you and me? Are you thinking about all the other opponents that you've ever been through? Because I'm not just
you talk a big game and then you flake out. So
no, well, number one, I don't flake out. Okay,
you flake out.
Patience is key.
If I see a Summer Bash, I see a Summer Bash. But
yeah, I see you at Summer Bash. I'm gonna slap that smirk off your face. How about that?
What's wrong with
you're big enough, son?
Face, though?
I'm gonna wipe that my shit don't stink grin right off your face. I promise you.
See, the thing is, I know what James Taylor was doing before he got on Sportswire tonight. He's been pulling his hair like, "Oh, these guys in the Hall of Fame before me."
Yeah, right.
Well, I have a retort to that. Here's the retort. I'm gonna help you on this one, Mr. Taylor. I'm gonna handle this one for you. Here's the retort. Because there's only one person who could be inducted right after the big game. There's only one true Taylor that we
game where no one cares about.
I mean, I guess that's true, right? Pick like the worst.
Damn, that was a good rebuttal.
Damn. Anyways, number 2
Never makes it sound good, I suppose.
You know, another dream match that would be pretty cool is obviously the Foundation seems to like to beat up Matthew Forsaken and Dark Kron a lot, right?
Forsaken more than Kron.
I mean,
Soul just beat the hell out of me a few times.
But
Well,
not as
what-
much
what-
recently.
I already know where you're going with this, James.
What if we had Matt and James Taylor team up in a once-in-a-lifetime match against these two?
Hey,
Listen, you fool.
I'm Foundation, but I mean, if y'all, I like to fight brothers. I mean, we do it all the time. I mean, whatever.
You know what?
I'm not gonna say no.
Listen,
You can come over to the light
have you
side.
ever heard of? Have you ever heard of
You're
mass
funny.
transit incident? I'm gonna
Oh,
tell.
yes, I have.
I'm
Yes.
gonna tell Forsaken. He's doing my DM. I'm like, roll out, take a bump, and then bam, me and Soldier are gonna be on you the whole time.
Friendly, and this is for Tyler Ark. Tyler Ark, mass transit incident would be basically the equivalent of you going in the ring with Omen Black. So this is another friendly
Which will never
warning for you.
happen.
Which is well, this is why Tyler Ark, friendly advice for you one more time. You don't want to look up the mass transit incident, and also make sure you spell it after you look it up.
Actually,
That's
no,
why-
look it up. Yes,
That's why you
look-
don't want to be in the ring with Omen Black, because I promise you, just look up the mass transit incident. Focus on Loose Cannon, and focus on the guy whose name's Gunshot. Those are the guys you want to focus on.
Right.
Don't focus on certainly Omen Black. But anything else you gentlemen want to say before we sign off for the evening?
Well,
You know,
I had one last thing, and then I was going to be done.
Okay, then do it. Go for it. You're James
Go for
Taylor.
it.
Stay tuned for Sunday, because I am going to address the backyard community.
Oh God.
And,
Address it.
yeah, I'm going to address the
I'm stuck. Wow.
expose a lot of them for the fraud pieces of crap that they are. But I'm also going to, give some praise to some other companies out there as well.
Hey,
No.
hey, you don't. Hey, there's a dangerous line here. Don't be doing my shtick on here. I'm the one who causes the chaos.
Whatever you do,
You
please praise IMF and
inspired me,
XCW.
Fraser.
Whatever you do, please praise XCW and IMF, because IMF's here and XCW, they're very good friends of ours. We love XCW. Oh God, no comment. Okay, fair enough. James Taylor, I can't wait for Sunday. Anything else anybody wants to say before we let people go and enjoy?
mean,
whatever?
yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. Craven, go ahead. Do you think?
God damn it! Shit.
I know you've been trying. Go ahead.
God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
Hey, Taylor, put your snacks down. Come on, knock it off. Go on a diet, damn it. Shit. Anyway, all right. So let's see, we got Darkon Forsaken, we got Omen, we got Soldier, we got Taylor. All these gentlemen that I hope to get in the ring with at some time between the start of the spring all the way up to Summer Bash. So
That's right.
Omen and Soldier, I need show dates from you gentlemen. I'm not
Listen,
talking
you're-
about Summer Bash. I know when that is. That's right
This
on my
whole
fucking calendar.
show is missing one person, one key person of Summer Bash.
Look, stop. We're not talking about Summer Bash. I got that info. I want
Good man,
the
Tyler
rest
Ark.
of you
Good man.
show dates.
Good man, Tyler Ark.
I want
Good
the
man.
rest
Maybe
of
you're
you
not so
show
dumb.
dates from now on all the way up to Summer Bash, because I may hop my ass on a plane and show up when y'all least expect it. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be that open challenge for Soldier if he still has it. Or maybe for you, or maybe for one of these gentlemen up here from Ohio, if they're there.
Hey, you never.
I like to come and play, and I'd like to know when, so I know when to get on a plane and come out and have some fun. Taylor, you wanted a match with me at Summer Bash as well. You sure you're not biting off more than you can chew? You're asking this guy, that guy, this guy, his mama, his aunt, his uncle, and his grandma.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait my turn. Y'all do
I'll
your
run,
thing.
I'll
I'm
run a
saying, you're gonna be
gauntlet.
like
I'll
40
run a
years old
gauntlet
by
all
then.
day.
That's gonna be pretty old.
James Taylor, you don't say anything. You got Sunday where you're going to address the nation. You're going to give us the state of James Taylor. Say nothing until Sunday. You say nothing, sir, until Sunday, because I want people to tune in to hear what you have to say. So James
I'm
Taylor
gonna
does
be there
not have to,
talking
as his client and his spokesman, he doesn't have to speak until after the big game, because James Taylor's going to do all that on Sportswire. So Chris Craven,
I'm
coach,
just-
we love you. You're here Friday after SmackDown. James Taylor, though, he's not addressing any of his plans, any situation until after
That's
the big
fine.
game.
I just want some show dates. I want March's date.
Well,
May's
he
date,
doesn't know
18.
right
I
now.
want
James
all the
Taylor,
dates for Iowa.
March 16th.
Wrestling.
I mean,
my client does not know anything until Sunday. My client does not. You not speak. He does not have to speak
Hey,
right
I
now.
don't want
I-
him for
I
him.
know.
I want him for me.
I'm
I
your
know.
client. I'm your boss. God damn it!
I know the dates. I can give you the dates right now.
Just send me a nice little
16th.
message.
I'll get to you right now. March 16th is St. Patty's Day Massacre.
2 days after my birthday.
Happy
April
birthday
April 6th.
That's
April
cute.
6th is Rumble at the Wreck.
That's cute. 316, huh? Yeah.
The 16th.
Who won the Rumble last year? Who
I
won the
know,
Rumble last year?
did I get your nipples hard, James?
Hold on, real quick. We're gonna get this straightened out, soldier. You said the 16th of March.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else?
April 6th.
April 6th.
Yeah. What about May?
We don't know May yet.
Get that comment out of here.
What about June?
We do not know June yet, but I'll have those before April.
I'm done doing make a
You know
wish.
July.
Loose cannon, all right?
Loose can't.
But I do know July,
That's
July
right.
6th and 7th.
You're breaking up. What?
You're froze. What?
Tom, I got the best podcast you could ever do for the most entertainment. What was that guy from WCE that could barely speak to Soldier and Omen because he was always starstruck? That guy?
Craven?
Whatever his name
James
was.
Marshall.
Yeah, James Marshall.
Oh,
Yeah, James Marshall, Gunshot, and Loose Cannon in a triple threat like.
Oh, you're
promo
missing
battle.
Tyler Art.
a triple
Tyler.
threat promo battle? Damn.
Well, I mean, spoiler alert. Does WC exist still? Oh, did I say anything I shouldn't have said?
Oh.
God damn it, Tom. I'm going to dock your pay this week.
Dock all of it, withhold all of it.
Uh-oh.
Omen.
Yeah, I'm going to get off here because I got
You're
to
exposing.
Yeah, we're getting toward the end, obviously. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, fellas. I'm going to see everybody next Friday.
Thank you, guys.
Sunday. I can't wait. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our 32nd and 33rd members of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Dark Kron and Matthew Forsaken also here. The 7th and 8th members of our Hall of Fame. The popular heel monster, Soldier GP. Omen Black, it's his show. And the man, Sunday after the big game, takes his place.
My
in
show,
history,
James.
Taylor. My name is the Reverend Tom
Hey,
Rice. Thank
We
you,
all
everybody,
shall be
for tuning
forsaken.
in,
You know that.
And good night.